Welcome everyone to Oxford Town Hall for this day on the 1st of December, which is the anniversary of West Papua's assertion of sovereignty when the West New Guinea Council was forming to prepare themselves to become an independent government after the Dutch colonial state was set to be superseded. Of course, we all know that that didn't happen. There was the invasion in 1963 by Indonesia and the occupation of West Papua, which remains until today. So it's very important that we come here every year and we have the Morning Star flag flying atop Oxford Town Hall as a symbol of the support that this city has for Benny Wenda and for his family and for the struggle that they represent and that they lead across the world in solidarity with West Papua. So first thing first, we're going to have Reverend Skye Denno, who is Vicar of Old Marston and Ellsfield, to open our meeting with a prayer. And if I can ask everyone to come to the front, anyone who's speaking, come to the front because we have the live stream, and if you can also clip on this microphone onto your front somewhere.
First of all, just a huge thank you for giving me the space to do this morning and to begin by prayer. So let's pray. Creator God, as we mark the 61st anniversary of the Day of Recognition of West Papua, under the Morning Star flag, we pray that her people will know your light in the darkness of their sufferings. We pray that all whose lives and homes are threatened will know relief and release. We pray for your light to shine in the darkness of prison cells and in the hearts of politicians who have the power to change lives. We thank you for the leadership of Benny Wenda and all their family, and for the light of hope that shines through them, and in all those campaigning for West Papua here in the UK and across the world. We ask that a brighter light will shine on the injustice in West Papua, so that all the world leaders may see and recognise the people's need for freedom. Give us strength to cast away the works of darkness and to courage to put on the armour of light. Make us beacons of hope and warriors of peace, voices for the voiceless and those who will stand firm even in the face of opposition. We thank you for the solidarity shown here by the City of Oxford and all those who are present or have sent messages to show their support. We know that we are stronger when we stand together. Amen.
Thank you for that, Reverend. So now we're going to have our opening speech from Benny Wenda, who is the interim president of the ULMWP's provisional government in West Papua. So, Mr. President, if I could ask you to come to the front here, we can put the mic on.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, guests and friends, thank you for coming today. This is a very important day for West Papua people celebrating across the world. It's 61 anniversary of West Papua independence. On this day, we raise the Morning Star above to Oxford Town Hall. We remember all those Papuans who have been murdered, imprisoned, arrested, and for raising our flag. We remember Philip Karma, hero of our struggle. Philip Karma spent 11 years in jail for raising this Morning Star flag. We also remember Sodek Hilapok, one of the 8 West Papuan students arrested last year, December 1st, raising Morning Star flag. He was died last October. I would like to join me in minute silence for flag raising and other Papuans who have died over the last year. I invite everyone silent 2 minutes for remembering all those died. I invite you to rise, and then we can silent together. Thank you. Please have a seat. December is the day West Papua nation was born. On this day, 1961, Niguiniarat Council, now known as West Papua Council, raised our Morning Star flag for the first time, symbolized the beginning of the new Pacific nation. But only 2 years later, our country was stolen from us. As Indonesia announced the invasion, what was followed has been 6 decades of genocide, colonialist, military occupation. West Papua have always resisted Indonesia occupation, from the creation of the freedom struggle to the Papuan Spring in 1999 and the uprising in 2019. In this spirit of continued resistance to colonialism, we mark 2 years anniversary of our provincial government of United Liberation Movement. Here in Oxford, in London, in Netherlands, Australia, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, US, New Zealand, Solomon Island, Fiji, and across 11 regions, West Papua Morning Star will proudly flown in solidarity with West Papua struggle. I call on all West Papua in unite behind United Liberation Movement provincial government. For 6 years, Indonesia has fought to divide our unity, to present us as separatists, as a terrorist, to do anything they can to undermine our cause. But I stand here today as an interim president of a provincial government of United Liberation Movement that is ready to take a charge of our country. We want to show the world that we are ready to engage with the international community. We're making incredibly progress toward our goal of Merdeka and freedom. In 2020, we announced our temporary constitution and our provincial government, the first unified provincial government in the history of our struggle. In 2001, we formed our cabinet, which has 12 departments to have own governing structure in all 7 of regions. Today, we announce an institutional government structure, including our executive, judicative, and legislative. We have 7 regional executive governors on the ground in West Papua, representing the 7 regions of our country. We also have our military wing, West Papua Army. Our administration incomplete. We are ready to govern. We do not recognize Indonesia's illegal occupations of our province divisions of West Papua. I'm calling upon my people to reclaim freedom that was stolen from us. This is your country, your provincial government. We will not bow down anymore with Indonesia illegal occupation. We will continue to liberate ourselves. Those on the ground, West Papua, continue this work and making great sacrifice. They face constant danger from the Indonesian state. We saw this danger only last month as Buktar Tabuni chairman of the West Papua Council, was arrested by Indonesia police after holding a peacefully meeting of United Liberation Movement. I want to give thanks to Bukta Tabuni as well as the ULWP Prime Minister Edison Waromi and all ULWP ministers. Through your action, your courage, your provide the world, they were ready to run our own affairs. I call on all West Papua to unite behind the Green State vision. The Green State vision is our promise to the world. We liberate West Papua, will protect the world's third largest rainforest from Indonesia destruction and deforestation. For indigenous West Papua, our forest has always been our supermarket, our garden, our medicine cabinet. Everything we need, this is there. But it is being rapidly destroyed by Indonesia colonial development, like the Trans-Papua Highway and the Wabu Block gold mine. International leaders must recognize our government in waiting as the only solution to this problem. There can be no climate justice without West Papua freedom. Our movement continues to make international progress. In 2015, we became observer member of the Melanesia Spear Group in the regions. And when we become full member, we will sit around the table with Indonesia, equal partner. In 2019, 18 countries in the Pacific Island Forum and 79 countries in the Organization of Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific States recognized our struggle and call for UN High Commissioner for Human Rights to be allowed into West Papua. Today, 84 countries plus the European Commission have called for UN High Commissioner to grant to access so that world can finally see what is happening in West Papua. We can see that our success is building. At the UN General Assembly this year, the Marshall Islands called for West Papua to be granted right of self-determination. This is the same demand we are making. More and more countries are recognized there is no place for colonialism in the world today. It needs to end. The human rights crisis that began in 2019 has not stopped. We have great sympathy with the people of Ukraine who are being occupied and killed by Russian force. But where is the world sympathy for West Papua? West Papua have suffered 60 years of occupation, annexation, and great genocide. Over 500,000 West Papuans have died since 1960. Today, there are still tens of thousands of people displaced in Duga, Puncak Jaya, Intan Jaya, Oksibil Mai Barat. They live as refugees in their own land. They are hungry. There are lack of water and medical facility. Hundreds of people have died. Hundreds more fled to across the border into Papua New Guinea. The people of West Papua urgently wait to visit UN High Commissioner to grant. At the same time, we have seen brutal, inhuman abuse by Indonesian occupation force. In August 4, West Papua civilians were tortured, murdered, and mutilated by Indonesian soldiers. Another man, Bruno Kimko, was tortured and dead soon after. The soldiers who committed those crimes are rarely punished. In fact, they are often welcome heroes by Indonesian military. In Indonesia, peacefully raising Morning Star flag is worst crime, murdering West Papua in cold blood. I have asked all our solidarity group in the Pacific, in Europe, in North America, in Indonesia to raise the flag today is respect of all those who have sacrificed themselves for their struggle. I want to say thank you to all those groups across the world who are supporting our struggle. Thank you to the government of Vanuatu and Marshall Islands, who continue to advocate for our cause. Thank you to Catalonia and the Basque Country, Senator Gorka, President Puigdemont, who have given us vital support this year. Thank you to the Dutch Parliamentarian and Christian Union, and all-party parliamentarian group for West Papua in the UK Parliament. Thank you to the International Lawyer for West Papua, and Alex Sobel, Chair of the International Parliamentarian for West Papua. Thank you to Pacific and Melanesia leaders, Pacific Council of Churches, West Papua Council of Churches support, and also special thank you to Free West Papua Campaign Board and member and family and friends who are supporting our struggle. When we win our independence, the Morning Star will fly freely alongside in the Pacific neighbor. Until then, we need our friends around the world fly it for us. So to show Indonesia that they stand behind West Papua, our right to self-determination. I want to say thank you, special thank you to the people of Oxford, my home. Since I arrived here in Oxford in UK 2003, we have gone from forming Free West Papua campaign, here is very building, to launching the provincial government. The people of Oxford and Mayor and Greens Party, Conservative, and the Labour Party have stood behind us, our mission to hold away. I'm proud to have been given the freedom of Oxford. West Papua know they will always friends in this city. All West Papua, whether in city, in exile, in refugee camp, or living in the bush, must be united under UNWP provincial government. Our national symbols say, one people, one soul. We must continue to spirit of unity if we are success in our goal, our long struggle for freedom. Now is the time for Indonesia to recognize our right to self-determination. Under the international law, we have the right to the referendum, the right to liberate our homeland, just like Indonesia liberated itself from the Dutch rule. Our mission is peacefully. We are not using bullet or bomb. We are demanding peacefully for our national right for freedom. I'm asking once again for Indonesian President Joko Widodo to sit down with me and discuss internationally mediated referendum for West Papua. To resolve this issue once and for all, Indonesia knows that this is the only peaceful solution to the West Papua issue. We will never stop fighting for our freedom. This morning star is the symbol of our homeland, representing our unified dream of independence. It is the last light we see in the sky before the sunrise. The 60th anniversary of our National Day. We, that morning star, will guide the West Papua people to our freedom. One day, soon, we will tend our garden and walk our forest in peace. We will have our dream and independence. God bless you, Papua Merdeka. Thank you.
Thank you, President Beniwenda, for that very moving introduction and speech, and a very important reminder for why we are here and the extreme importance of the West Papuan struggle. So we're going to have some talks from some guests, a few words from our esteemed guests today. So I'd like to invite Chris Jarvis, who's Green Councillor for the Oxford City Council, to come to the front.
Never easy, is it? I think we're there. So firstly, I just want to thank everyone for joining us today, and of course to Benny for those, as always, inspiring and moving words that really illustrate the importance of why we're here today. And I also wanted to thank the organisers for giving me the opportunity to speak today. So I'm here to bring support and solidarity to this struggle from the Green Party and from the City Council, and also to send apologies from Craig Simmons and Elise Benjamin, who some of you in the room will know. They're two former Lord Mayors of Oxford who've been long-standing friends of the West Papuan people, and I believe there will be a reading of a solidarity statement that they've sent in lieu of them being here today. So this event today that we're here for is incredibly important. It's of course most important for the people of West Papua. It's important for the 500,000 people that have been killed by the Indonesian military. It's important for the hundreds of political prisoners held by an occupying force. And it is important for the hundreds of thousands who are still campaigning for freedom, for those who have been displaced or have been forced into exile. Now, it's also important for the people of Oxford and for the City Council that we're sitting and standing in here today. Important because it is a moment for us to come together once again and say loud and clear that the City of Oxford stands shoulder to shoulder with West Papua in your struggle for liberation and from oppression. Oxford has a long history in this movement for human rights, for justice and for liberation. It is here in Oxford that Benny became the spokesperson for the Free West Papua campaign, a movement of people supporting the struggle to allow the people of West Papua to choose their own future and their own destiny through a fair and transparent referendum. It is here in Oxford, in fact in the ward that I now have the privilege of representing, that the Free West Papua campaign have had their offices. And as has already been mentioned, it is in this building that Benny received the Freedom of the City, a civic honour that he shares with another dedicated and tireless freedom fighter, Nelson Mandela. Now, today in Oxford and all around the world, we raise the Morning Star flag to commemorate the first flag raising on the Declaration of Independence in 1961, to symbolise the hope and belief in a liberated West Papua, and to reaffirm our resolve in fighting for freedom for its people. As we raise the Morning Star, I want to invite you to remember that December the 1st is a day of mourning. It is a day of mourning for all those who have been killed in the occupation. It is a day of mourning for all those who have been tortured in the occupation. It is a day of mourning for all those who have lost their lives resisting that occupation. And today in particular, we should all remember the powerful independence campaigner, Philip Khama, who was found dead on November the 2nd. But I also want you to remember that December the 1st is a day of hope. It is a day of hope that the strength, the courage, and the defiance of the West Papuan people will overcome the brutality of the occupation. It is a day of hope that the people of this city, of this country, all across the world will continue to support the movement for a free and liberated West Papua. And it's a day of hope that through our collective endeavour and our solidarity, we will see a free and liberated West Papua sooner rather than later. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that rousing speech, Councillor. I'd like to invite Councillor Mike Rowley to come to the front. He's a Labour councillor and the Sheriff of Oxford, just to say a couple of words as well.
Mr. President, colleagues and friends, it's a pleasure to welcome you all to Oxford's Town Hall today. We are very proud as a city that Benny, Maria and their family have found sanctuary in Oxford, and that from Oxford they continue to provide leadership and inspiration to the people of West Papua struggling for their freedom. As a city, we love to have Benny and Maria here, and we are very appreciative of the contribution that they make to our civic life. But frankly, we can't wait for the time when they will be able to return in peace to a free West Papua under the Morning Star flag that we raise over our town hall today. So we will continue to support Benny and Maria and the people of West Papua in their campaign for liberation, because no one is truly free until everyone is free. And this belief of solidarity motivates all parties in Oxford City Council and many people across our city in wholehearted support of Benny and Maria and of the people of West Papua for as long as it takes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. We're now going to move on to some video messages because there are many people who wanted to be here but for various reasons, maybe they're in a different continent or they had other pressing engagements, they weren't able to make it. So we do have messages of solidarity that will be played out from Gorka Ella Jarbrieta, the Basque Senator, Jojo Meta, who's Executive Director of Stop Ecocide International, Alex Sobel, who's a Labour MP and the Chair of the International Parliamentarians for West Papua, Jeremy Corbyn, who's MP for Islington North, and Carles Puigdemont, who is the President in exile of Catalonia.
Today, the Morning Star flag was officially raised for the first time in West Papua, and after an intriguing process of decolonization, West Papua was illegally annexed by Indonesia in 1963. For the past 6 decades, all Indonesian governments have indulged in policies against the West Papuan population, which can only be defined as a genocide. Today, more than 100 West Papuan political activists still remain under detention, awaiting trial, or have been given long prison sentences. One of them, Zode Hilapok, died in prison a few weeks ago. On the other hand, one of the most respected independence leaders and former political prisoner, Philip Karma, passed away in November in strange circumstances. We will always remember him as a symbol of freedom, and Victor Yelmo, another independence movement symbol, still remains in custody, charged with treason. I want to tell you that all over the world, even thousands of kilometers away from West Papua, many of us, like Catalans, remember your suffering and honor your struggle. Here in Brussels, in the European Parliament, we also dedicate part of our time to denouncing the situation you are suffering. We know that the West Papuan conflict can only be solved through an agreed, binding and internationally recognized independence referendum, as your exiled leader, Benny Wenda, has repeatedly demanded. Your struggle for freedom deserves our respect. You will always have us by your side in the struggle for a free West Papua.
Good day to all of you gathered in many places around the world to celebrate this 61st anniversary of the first raising of the Morning Star flag of West Papua. My name is Jojo Meta and I'm co-founder of Stop Ecocide International, working at the heart of a fast-growing global movement to support recognition of ecocide, or mass destruction of nature, as an international crime. Today, I want to express solidarity with the West Papuan people who continue to suffer and die just for having the courage to peacefully call for the simplest of rights, the right to self-determination, the right to fly their own flag. This flag. Most especially, I want to express deep admiration for the truly remarkable and humbling way in which the West Papuan independence movement has responded to this persecution. West Papuans have every reason to denounce and to seek justice for the horrific violence and displacement that they've suffered, and yet they do not sit in despair and self-pity. Instead, they have worked together to offer a holistic, practical vision and a genuinely green governance solution to the world. The Provisional Government's Green State vision is both compassionate and inspirational. It proposes making ecocide a serious criminal offence, And please note, this would be the first state to make this a cornerstone of its constitution. Restoring guardianship of natural resources to indigenous authorities, combining Western democratic norms with local Papuan systems, and serving notice on all extraction companies, including oil, gas, mining, logging and palm oil, requiring them to adhere to international environmental standards or to cease operations. Please stand in solidarity with West Papuans, and please support them in this hugely brave and generous endeavour, because this vision is a beacon for what a future in harmony with the planet and each other could actually look like. West Papua needs its independence, and the world needs West Papua. Thank you.
Today's the 1st of December. It's a traditional day that West Papuans raise the Morning Star flag, the national symbol of West Papua. The Morning Star is the last glimpse of night as the sun rises, and the Morning Star has guided seafarers to the shores of West Papua for thousands of years. It is the right of the people of West Papua to raise this flag as a symbol of their culture, their history and their statehood. I'm supporting West Papuans around the world and in solidarity of that right to raise the flag, and I wish you all well today on the 1st of December.
Today, on the anniversary of the first raising of the Morning Star, it is still forbidden to raise the West Papuan flag, something that does not match international standard and humanitarian law. We, from the Basque Country, stand in solidarity with West Papua, and today we raise our flag together with the Morning Star flag, and we hope and we will continue to fight in solidarity with West Papua for freedom and self-determination. Papua Merdeka.
We're here in memory of all those that died in West Papua since 1961. We're standing in solidarity with them and their families, and their right to their own self-determination, the right to decide their own future, despite the Indonesian armed invasion, that, as you quite rightly said, that high rule of decolonisation, when many African colonies achieved their independence, but around the world there are a few places that didn't. And today we stand in solidarity with them. I was proud to put into our manifesto in 2019 solidarity with the people of West Papua by standing up for the human rights enshrined in the Universal Declaration of that right to their own self-determination. And all those that died were also killed because of the mineral wealth of West Papua, because of the greed of global corporations that grab that wealth and ride roughshod over the rights of the people, pollute the rivers, destroy their livelihood, and sadly so many have died as a result of it. So today we send that act of solidarity. The people of East Timor managed eventually to achieve their independence after a bitter and very long struggle. The people of West Papua deserve their right to achieve their own self-determination, and obviously we're here in solidarity with them. So to Benny, on behalf of the people of West Papua, solidarity and support for a struggle that is global and globally recognised. We're here in London as an act of support for you. And that so-called act of free choice on that very much maligned, correctly maligned referendum that took place is something that needs to be overturned. The people of West Papua must have their genuine act of free choice to decide their own future. Not the mining companies, not the Indonesian government, not any other military interest, but solely the people of West Papua. Solidarity.
Papua Merdeka.
Papua Merdeka. Great.
Really great to see all of those videos from a range of figures that many of you will probably be aware of. So I'm just going to quickly read, I think it should be printed in front of you as well, but quickly read the message from the former Lord Mayors of Oxford, Craig Symonds and Elise Benjamin, who have made long-standing contributions to the West Papuan struggle and to supporting the Wenders for a long time, going back years and years in Oxford. They said, "We are sorry that we cannot be with you today, one of the few Independence Days we have missed. It remains a source of pride that the Greens were able to convince other councillors of the importance of raising the Morning Star flag from the town hall, and that we went on to honour Benny with the freedom of the city that he, Maria and the family have made their home, contributing so much in so many ways to the life and vitality of Oxford. Our thoughts are with you on this special day, and we remain your friends and loyal supporters." So thank you to them for that message of support. We'd now like to do a rendition of the Hanai Tenaku Papua, which is West Papua's national anthem. So do we have music for this, or are we going to... We do, great. So there should be words in front of you. So if everyone could stand for this. We can do it without the music if not.
Okay, we're just singing, yeah?
Okay, it's not connecting. So if we can just do it a cappella.
So I didn't. I thought the connection was going to work, so I didn't. This is back up. But
We have a backup for the technical issues.
yeah.
This is preferable, I think.
I'm going to do a solo, and then afterwards we can on the clarinet, and then we join in after finish the verse. Finish first.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bella, for stepping in with a very excellent performance there. I much prefer that to the British National Anthem, I have to say. So I'd like to now re-invite President Wenda to come and give some closing remarks and close off the meeting for us.
Well, thank you very much for everyone. Today I'm standing here with you, but people of West Papua this morning celebrate across West Papua, and they are watching from West Papua. Across the world are watching. They already seen, because this is like headquarters here, so whole world watching. So I would like to thank you very much for this morning, and thank you for the Lord Mayor of Oxford and Green and Labour and Conservative always stand with the people of West Papua. And every time I see the flag raised in this building, it gives me confidence and of the, to continue to, tell the world that what really happened, what really going on. Without your support, maybe I never go back. And I want to go back with a free man. And I left my people in West Papua under Indonesia colonialism. As I always say, I'm coming here not looking for better life, but because of my people are suffering under Indonesia colonialism. And I thank you for all of you, and also Vicar, Reverend Sky, always there for us, and people of Marsden, pray for my people. And even I'm not there, but always pray. And thank you for all your support. And Sheriff Oxford also here. Thank you very much. And Councillor from Green here also witnessing. And today, this is history. And I know that people of Oxford believe in justice and freedom. And it's not me, but I think previous leaders coming this Oxford, including some of many leaders. So you are making history. People of West Papua are confident in you, and they always pray. One day, this is the long-term friend, short-term, long-term, and people of United Kingdom always there to support people of West Papua. Thank you very much, and I hope a great day. Thank you.